Things just took a turn as Zach Edey comes back onto the court. Jaren Jackson back onto the court. Zach Edey leaves, coincidentally, the same exact minutes that Ja Morant played in the Cleveland game where he went out, and he won't be back until at least December. Zach Edey going out again. Got some updates on what happened, and also got some new updates that just came out very, very recently. But what's going on, everybody? My name is Jaren Jackson, bringing you the latest news and updates on everything Memphis Grizzlies related. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that. It's all free. It just takes less than a second. You got to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another update from us here on Grizzlies Digest. 32% of you are fantastic. You're doing a heck of a job here. 68% of you, though, got to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, it's all free. But getting into the content right now, Zach Edey, who's been making a heck of a difference since coming back. His sophomore season is very much loading right now, and you can see the difference in how the Grizzlies are playing whenever he's on the court, showing his post presence, dominating on the court. Not exactly seeing the same dominance that we see at Purdue, obviously, because the college game is much different from the NBA game, but we'll see again how that translates here in year two. But so far, he's doing a great job. He is being more confident, more comfortable with his one-on-one matches in the post, like old traditional centers used to do. Not comparing him to it, but Shaquille O'Neal used to bully his guys a lot, going one-on-one on the low post. But Zach Edey's starting to show at least a bit of that confidence. But unfortunately, he went out very early in the game in the Denver loss. It was a 125-115 loss for the Grizzlies last night. But Tuomas Iisalo talking about how big Zach Edey is on the rotation. And that's DeMichael Cole here on X saying the players and Tuomas Iisalo talked about how Zach Edey was a big part of the game plan. Losing him early shook things up. The Grizzlies battled, but it was tough to overcome Denver when the role players played so well, in addition to Jokic and Murray. And that's obviously a big thing. Whenever Ja comes back, he's going to work the pick and roll game very well with Zach, I think, especially with the strides that we've been seeing Zach take here in year two. But just an unfortunate loss last night. And I even think Memphis actually had a pretty good shot. If Zach Edey stays in that game healthy, I actually think Memphis has a pretty good shot to actually maybe pull off the upset. But that did not happen. Jokic had a phenomenal pass. Even the Grizzlies bench was like, whoa, wow, that's incredible. Where he bounced it behind the back on a bounce pass for an easy layup for the Nuggets at one point, but just too much to overcome. But it's just real unfortunate for Zach. And here's the box score. Taking a look at it now is we see Jalen Wells. He had a heck of a night. 22 points in 33 minutes of play. There's Zach Edey, only playing 6 minutes, only 2 points on the night. Jock Landale, though, he is the talk. We'll get to his stats in just a moment, but he played incredible last night. Cam Spencer, again. Someone in the comment section of the last video asking me, is this just a temporary thing we're seeing out of Cam Spencer? Is he still going to be in the rotation whenever we see Morant and Scotty and Ty Jerome come back from injury? And I think, yeah, absolutely. This is not just a one-hit wonder we're seeing from Spencer right now. I think a lot of fans were very high on Cam here in year two as well. And I think for year two Cam, year two Edey, I think that it's, again, the Grizzlies winning in the draft, winning with these young guys, but they just can't repeat the same cycle again where they're just developing young guys, and it's just a never-ending rotation because you don't have at least some veteran leader or some kind of consistency outside of that, then you're not really going to see Memphis competing all that much with some of the other teams. Because, look, young guys are great. They're great to build off of, but that's not all that you can get. But to answer that question, I think Cam Spencer is showing strides of being a very consistent ball player. This is not just a one-hit wonder for them. Jaren Jackson, though, a lot of people, again, disappointed in him. I think that he really has to get better at this time. He really has to play his best basketball right now. I'm not saying he doesn't whenever Ja gets back, but the team's really relying on him right now, and this is a very important stretch for Jaren Jackson to play his best basketball, but there have been times whenever we've not seen him do that, and he really needs to do that right now with his co-star injured as we speak. So Zach Edey in his 4 games back, 12.3 points a game on 70.2% true shooting, 9.3% rebounds, 4 of those being offensive rebounds, 1.3 steals, 2 blocks, plus 41 in the plus-minus category, averaging about 25 minutes a game. His impact as a screener, offensive rebounder, and a two-way rim presence has been massive. He's been a critical piece for the Grizzlies. And yeah, I mean, just like I said, he has established himself as a aggressive ball player. There was one stretch against San Antonio where, I mean, he was really fighting on the possession, and I don't think he got credit in the stat sheet for tipping the ball or tipping the ball on the backboard and someone else getting for it. But it's those things where he's going to make an impact without showing up on the stat sheet. And imagine when he does show up on the stat sheet like he did against Dallas, where I think he had 12 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 blocks, including 1 key block late in the fourth quarter against Daniel Gafford. I really think that he is showing up at the right time, and this is really good for Memphis fans to see, but unfortunate that we once again, you get Jaren Jackson back, and then Edey goes back down. That's just the luck of for the Memphis Grizzlies here this season. And even before the season started, we figured that Scotty's going to be out at least until 2026. Ty Jerome, now he's going to be reevaluated in 6 to 9 months. So the word reevaluated, it should mean absolutely nothing to Memphis fans anymore. But the impact that Zach Edey has had cannot be left unsaid. And just wanted to shout out Jock Landale, because I said we were going to get back to him. He had 26 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 18 field goals, 3 of 6 from downtown, made all 3 of his free throws in 31 minutes. Great effort from Jock after Zach Edey did not return, and I think that's the kind of Jock Landale that we very well need. But unfortunately, it's a harsh reality of what Grizzlies fans had with Jay Huff. We didn't really see him be this aggressive on the glass. You couldn't really depend on Jay to really score that much, not 26 points. Definitely not 26 points. But I think we're seeing why that little flip-flop was made with Jock Landale and Jay Huff. I think he's in a better situation anyway with Indiana. But for Jock Landale, he's been in this league. He's still a young guy. Went to St. Mary's, I think. Been in this league a few years. And he has a nice outside shot. I think he has a strong, a strong frame to his game. I think he has a great body to his game to get those rebounds. But did a great job, just fell a little bit short. But if Jock Landale's scoring 26 points, I mean, come on, guys. You got to step up. Jaren Jackson got to step up. Vince Williams Jr. got to hit shots. Santi Aldama got to hit shots. Got to be better. But great effort from Jock Landale, though. But good news for Edey. This will be our last segment. Good news. So Edey was listed as questionable with a migraine for November 26th, but he will, I mean, if he plays or not, remains to be seen. I mean, because he got Thanksgiving, so he may need that extra rest. But, I mean, the Grizzlies, they got to win ball games. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. They have to win ball games. So if he comes back, great. But if not, he could use some of that extra rest. But for Michael Wallace here, he says, Grizzlies get back to work for practice Tuesday ahead of flight to New Orleans to start a 4-game road trip. Zach Edey, who left Monday's game with a head injury, was back on the court Tuesday. So that is good news. Getting some reps in practice. But Zach Edey, again, just the luck of Memphis fans all year long. Once Jaren Jackson comes back, then Zach Edey goes down with something. And that's just the way it's been. And it's just a never-ending cycle that's just, unfortunately, I don't believe will end anytime soon, because you still got to get Ja healthy, you still got to get Scotty healthy, you still got to get Ty Jerome to get back on the court for the first time in a Memphis uniform. But that's going to do it for this video. You could like this video, comment this video, share this video, comment your thoughts on Zach Edey in year 2. Do you like what you see? What could you see more? Any improvements? Anything you love, anything you hate? That's what the comment section is for. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.